I'm 90% there. I'm just waiting for my green light to come on. Right now I'm good. So
There was a cell phone found in the lady's restroom that has been sent to the insurance office if that belongs to you. On deck, we need the Market Barrow Lightweight Class 1, Cassie Hall, Lacey Brown, Clarissa Moser, Corbin Kimble, Amelia Brown, Madison Scott, Brantley Sheets, Cole Schindler, Addison Apple, and Natalie Charter. In the hole, we need Market Barrow, Middleweight Class 1, Charles Brown, Eric Johnston, Cameron Schindler, Renee Spicer, Ellie Anthony, Willie Zito, and Sarah Jane Bach. Now entering the ring is Market Barrow Lightweight Class 1. Cassie Long, Lacey Brown, Garrison Major, Corbin Pimple, Amelia Brown, Madison Scott, Brantley Sheets, Cole Schindler, Addison Apple, and Natalie Sawyer. On deck, we need Market Barrow Class 1, Charles Brown, On deck, we need Market Barrow Middleweight Class 2. Charles Brown, Eric Johnson, Cameron Schindler, Rennie Spicer, Alec Anthony, Lily Zedek, Sarah Jane Bach. In the hole, we need Market Barrow Middleweight Class 3. Asia Brubaker, Emma Elston, Adeline Zedek, Grace Zedek, Jacob Yoder, Madison Sproul, Winston Finchwater, and Brandon Zedek.
two guys in our one and only class of lightweight bears that we drive out here in front of us. And it's certainly not one that's felt free. And we got some feeding legs with these guys. And I'll be the first to tell you, and I like to go and I like to start the ground and work our way up. But sometimes the livestock is still a market share, and we have to evaluate it for purpose merit just as much as we do for feeding legs. And we can argue whether feeding legs and structure plenty of part of market hogs or not. And back and forth, it certainly does, in my opinion. I think the easiest place for me to settle in a class winner is going to be the young ladies' blue face, blue-eyed, white pig right here. The young ladies start the class with this guy right here. This is one I think just in terms of mass and lip shape and to get into the center portion of its body. There's one that really like a 10-day stop. And by far the most opened up anything that we have in the class. He might be a little extreme, a little far out there, and he's backing as he drives away from it to somebody, but he's doing to put some of those positive pieces together for me. Second place, I'm going to go with the young lady's Delta Bear right here. This is one we really need to get him up off of his front feet. He's going to be way too far down on his passing. I was trying to hit a stop in terms of his structure and his burning around the class here. Certainly not as big about his stall, but certainly one that offers us a good look in terms of his front one third. Probably the trimmest split that we have in here. It's certainly one that if we can get him up off of his front feet, I think this can win our class relatively handy and relatively easily. Third place is going to be the young lady driving the bull butter pig on the 274 up against the fence right here. She's going to be third. This is probably just a little winchier for me. Just around that lower one third. Doesn't bounce that quite as nice. A little bit straighter, a little bit farther forward next forward. And another one that I think is really kind of good too. This is really wanting to play outside of itself. Young man that's going to be fourth is right here at the barrel. This is one that's ultra lean. He's really there right there at the 10th wrist. When we compare it to the three that we have ahead of him in the class, this doesn't have the feel, this doesn't have the roundness of rib and the density of the body that we find in those. And number 4, our first fifth place, will be the young lady driving the off-colored Delta there here. Real heavy structure, probably the heaviest structured one that we have in the class. Just need to see him a little bit fresher in his appearance and being out and being a little bit in terms of his not being still looking at some of the others. Place to hold. Nice pass to start off with. Let's give them all a nice round of applause, please.
For market barrel lightweight class number 1, 5th place, Addison Apple, 4th place, Brantley Sheets, 3rd place, Amelia Brown, 2nd place, Madison Stout, and 1st place, Natalie Toller. Our champion lightweight market barrel goes to Natalie Toller. And our reserve champion is Madison Stout. The champion lightweight market barrel banner and grand ribbon was sponsored by Defiance Township Association. And the reserve champion lightweight market barrel banner and reserve ribbon was sponsored by Ethan and Caitlin Moran. And the lightweight class 1 banner was sponsored by the Moser Brothers. Down in the ring is market barrel middleweight class 2, Charles Brown, Eric Johnson, Brandon Schindler, Remy Spicer, Eva Anthony, Lily Zedek, and Sarah Jane Bell. On deck is Margaret Barrow, middleweight class 3. Asia Brubaker, Emma Elson, Kyron Zedek, Grace Zedek, Jacob Yoder, Madison Scott, Winston Michelle, and Brandon Zedek. In the hole is Margaret Barrow, middleweight class 4. Asia Brubaker, Elliot Blunderby, Brandon Sheets, Riley Jacob, Brooklyn Zedek, Faith Brewer, April Holmes, Lee Scott, Adeline Zedek, and Addison Acker.
Very competitive and challenging class in terms of lining them up. And you heard me talk the first class about maybe that structure didn't allow us to maybe put the integrity on it that we normally do. There's several in here that we have that's going to finish like third, fourth, and fifth down the line. That structure is while they're there. And I think we've got two that we're going to start the class off that are sounded the pounds and get out here and walk that cast. They still offer us that show peg look and are turned up in the top and really deep about the side and have beautiful fresh look to them. The ball that I like best to start this particular class, I really love this one up to his front 1/3. He's extended, he's neat. I like the way he gets out and rides. He really plants and flexes those hops and brings that rear leg straight forward. And I think that's the advantage just in terms of that elevation at the top of the shoulder, just being a little more up-headed and a little cleaner about the front. I like the young lady's back ball to start this class. Pushing it really, really hard. The second's going to be the young man with the big ribs, big body there. I think this one does have more tingly center rib. He's maybe not quite as fresh. He doesn't have quite that tingly spot. We're having a black barrel. If you like this guy walk away, I don't want to call him extreme. He may be too far out there for some of it. But I think as wide as he is and as flexible as he is, he's still planting and stays pretty square about that. He might be a little straighter fronted than our class winner, but certainly one is very good skull. He's still got a really, really good look to him. Then when it's going to be third, driving the barrel, the black shoulder barrel, driving around here, this is one we just need to make him sound off of these rear two. He's one that really wants to swing those rear two, set him down. I don't find him to be as big in terms of his bone work and the top two that we're having in class today. It's certainly one if he's fixing like his rear two, he can get into consideration. Young lady at 34 is driving away from me over there. She's one, I really like the turn of this one shot, but this one's really struggling up those rear two. Doesn't want to flex that hot, doesn't want to set that ankle down, we need to line it up just a little bit. The young man with the no tail peg on the right-hand side. This is probably the heaviest muscle pistol we have in the class. He's really big buddy. We just need to balance him up and maybe smooth that muscle pattern out just a little bit. But nice class to get us started with our middleweight.
The market bearer middleweight class 2 results. Dennis Spicer in 5th place. 4th place was Cameron Schindler. 3rd place, Sarah Bach. 2nd place, Charles Brown. And in 1st place, Louis White. Now in the ring, market bearer middleweight class 2. Asia Brubaker, Emma Elston, Adeline Zita, Grace Zita, Jacob Murder, Maxie Scow, Winston Hinshaver, and Brandon Dudike. On deck, in the market bearer middleweight class 4, Asia Brubaker, Elliot Wonderly, Brandon Sheets, Riley Jacob, Brooklyn Dudike, Faith Brewer, April Hogs, Lee Scott, Adeline Zudike, and Addison Apple. In the hall, we need the market bearer middleweight class 5. Sarah Brown, Eric Stuckey, Darren Zudike, Jacob Elston, Dallas Enke, Riley Jacob, Jackson Weber, Elliot Wonderly, Emily Hesselsork, and Molly Jacob. The middleweight class 2 banner was sponsored by Tom and Judy Wells family.
nice class of middleweights that we get into there in our second class of those. And that, for me, there's an easy winner. One that just comes out here and grabs your attention just comes with look, style, balance, and power. You know, he's by far the most complete one that I see out here. I like the young man's blue master right here to start the class off with the drive. I think there's a couple of different things that we can do from this point forward. And the one I like best is probably going to be a shot to while we have left in second place. We'll go with the young lady's Buckfield barrel here. This is one when you get down on top of this guy, he's surprisingly thick, he's surprisingly wide, he's really big, got a wide paint setting. You want this guy tracked away, and the ones that are going to be right below him in third and fourth are ones that narrow up and don't have that skeletal width that that guy has. He balances up really, really nice. I like to pin him up in his front 1/3 there, especially up in his throat. But certainly one that I think has got a lot of use in and a lot of good product in him, and a really nice stretch to back run into the tool hole here. I think between 3, 4, and 5, if it's kind of close, the young man that's going to go 3 for me has got the white shoulder barrel right here. This is one I thought he was going to be my second place guy when we got to analyzing and looking at him, but he wants to narrow up. And being as he goes to the ground, and maybe doesn't quite want to flex as much off of those rear two that are fast a bit. Number 4 is going to be the young lady right here with the big white barrel. Lots of power, lots of dimension, lots of boldness. Just doesn't quite show have that freshness look to him that we have in some of the others. Not really as good about his shooting here, but certainly one I'd like to lengthen out, clean him up in the straight there, gets as much as we have in our second place pick. Really like the look and the profile of the young lady that's going to go 5 with the barrel right here. This is one that profiles as pretty and as neat and as anything that we've seen tonight. There's just not enough kudos for him to compete with those bigger bodies, bigger leg ones. Certainly give him another punch in the lower seat of his pants there and expand that rib out to get him to compete. But a really nice class of picks there.
Winners of the Market Era Middleweight Class 3, 5th place Adam Zeta, 4th place Madison Sprout, 3rd place Winston Eastwater, 2nd place Asia Blueberger, and 1st place David Zeta. Now in the ring, Market Era Middleweight Class 4, Asia Blueberger, Elliot Beverly, Brenton Sheep, Riley Jacob, Brooklyn Zeta, Faith Brewer, April Knox, Reese Fox, Alan Zeta, and Addison Apple. On deck, we need Market Barrel Middleweight Class 5, Stella Brown, Brent Secchi, Dylan Zeta, Jacob Elston, Dallas Andrews, Randy Jacob, Jackson Weber, Elliot Wondering, Emily Hutchison, and Molly Jacob. In the hole, we need the Market Barrel Heavyweight Class 6, Cora Bach, Gavin Brown, Garrett Ingram, Miley Hallstatt, Molly Jacob, Faith Brewer, Ariana Mosier, Brooklyn Zeta, Brandon Zeta, and Camille Frederick. The middleweight Class 3 banner was sponsored by Brian and Rachel Elston and family.
4 pinned off, and I just told the young man here that we're going to put him in the pin, but he's going to end up being 5 strips in this class. The others we're going to go ahead and dismiss, kind of doing things a little bit different. Certainly the price of poker has went up in this, young ladies that are going out the door there. They just need more muscle and more width in those two pairs. The young lady with the black belly piece going out, like the look of that one, really neat mark. Just certainly one that we need to free up in terms of these feet and legs. Like the muscle and the expression and the width, we just need to lean that guy up just a little bit. He's probably a little chubbier than I need. And the young lady's head here is definitely in the hunt in terms of getting in the top 5. Just find this one to be too short, too steep out of the tip. It's certainly one that offers us a lot of length and a lot of extension up through the front 1/3 there. We just need to see him get out and go. Just be a little bit longer and more sound and stable after those there too. When we drive our top 4, the young man down in the end will be 5, and we'll get back to you with a placing on these. Really extremely deep class here, and certainly depending on how you want to go and what you want to do, and certain structures between the days here, we've got 2 that I think can get out and drive all day long. They're extremely uphill in long body. I think what separates my top pair of those, and I'll get in behind them, one of them's just better and better right on the backside of that bird. Got me a turn, curvature, and arch to that forward and upper rib. Couldn't get into the center portion of that body. This is the one that I like the best. Very disciplined in terms of sound. Great out the young lady's belly bell here to go over and do this particular job. nice and tight pair. We'll find this one to be square and carry that lower muscle as deeply seen down into the top side of that blade. The longer goes into this one out here, the tighter movement wants to get, and certainly it's a really, really good looking low body, extremely well balanced one. You just need to get it over there and keep on driving to be able to compete. One of the young ladies puts her there, it's going to be in third, or puts her turn there. It's a little too racing for me up in the down in front one third there. And certainly one that you want to talk about extreme, especially for a Berkshire, is when you walk in go away. You get a little bit rounder about that muscle pattern, and you have to lengthen that out, and maybe not get those big two pushed up underneath you as far as you go. We get down to 4 and 5, and then the back there is going to be 4, a little bit shorter hip. And this one is really, really far outside of himself in terms of those here too. Really wants to plan outside of that box that we talked about. Doesn't stay square enough for him, but a lot of power and a lot of power and a good place for him. Young man's good there, or there, excuse me, that's going to go 4. A really extremely heavy muscle one. Comes down as really wide to the front of his chest. A little bit too quick to take for me, and when you watch him track away, this doesn't probably bring in enough punch to the lower portion to match his higher portion in terms of muscle mass that he's in. It's really a really nice and interesting set of bellies there.
Winners of the Market Guerrero middleweight class 4, 5th place, Reese Falk, 4th place, Addison Apple, 3rd place, Asia Brubaker, 2nd place, Adam Zeta, and 1st place, Brooklyn Zeta. Now in our ring, we have Market Barrel middleweight class 5, Stella Brown, Grant Stuckey, Dylan Zeta, Jacob Elston, Dallas Aiken, Riley Jacob, Jackson Weber, Elliot Rodriguez, Emily Hutchinson, and Molly Jacob. On deck, we need the first and second place winners of the Market Barrel middleweight class 2, Haley Zito and Charles Brown. And from the middleweight class 3, Brandon Zito and Asia Brubaker. From the middleweight class 4, we need Brooklyn Zito and Adam Zito. The middleweight class 4 banner was sponsored by Roger and Lori Swine.
The quality gets deeper. I'm going to run 5 off for the short down. I've pointed to the young man here in the main short. He's going to go down there short. Just a couple of picks. He's going to go ahead and dismiss the young man's sprint right here. Great spinning hair on this one. You just watch this one walk away from this one. It's a really good pinch right in front of that hand. Warren Johnson doesn't quite carry as much mass and power. Down in the lower one third of that hand just doesn't quite carry that comfort and stability as he moves away from it. Young ladies barrel here is a little 6-dimensional, just a little too risky for me. This guy here wants to really get down on his front passing. I like those hand position and stopping the amount of power position he's going to bring. It's certainly one we need to freshen up just a little bit. The young man's head belted pit here, a really nice commercial oriented kind of pit. Just need more punch and power to this one. And the young man's top-headed one that's better than that one here. This one's just not as fresh in the pants. You get down over his top, he's just a little bit plainer, a little rounder. Probably going to play just a little bit too much down there as a 10th here. It's certainly a good one. We'll take another quick look at the top 5 here and get back to you with the placing.
In the hole, we need Market Barrel Heavyweight Class 6, Cora Goff, Gavin Brown, Garrett Ingram, Marvin Carlson, Molly Jacob, Faith Barrow, Ariana Moser, Brooklyn Zedek, Brandon Zedek, and Camila Clifford.
team on radio priorities. I mean, we've got just a couple of them out here just to talk about them real quick. I'm going to talk my way through them. The young lady's big blue bear here, my goodness. You want to talk about an absolute load. By far the thickest and densest one in terms of width of skeleton and this overall muscle mass that we've seen today. This is a fairly good look from the side profile. I like the short, I like the length of that short little head of his out. You know, I heard a term watching the steer show here the other day that he's got a head, neck, and on a mother could love. But certainly one just in terms of the amount of bone that he has. But he doesn't handle himself very, very well in terms of those feet and legs. The hop doesn't align his ankles right now. It's enough to make him a lot more comfortable down his structure, his feet and legs, and certainly clean him up to his head and neck. Really love the mobility of the young lady's kid that's in the pink here. She can flat get out and drive this side. He's probably a little slower in terms of his muscle shape and down over his spot. And he's one when we get back into that frame. He's got a little bit of a glandular issue going there, or he's just maybe doesn't quite balance up as nice as some of the others that we have. The young man that's got the pig over here to my right is one in terms of great skin hair. He's by far the most challenged in terms of his mobility. Really wants to get outside of himself when he sits those rear two down. Would love to push him down in the spine, raise his head up and get him a little bit taller at the point of that shoulder. And then the young man that's got the bear here, the off-shelter bear, this is one I like him up to his head and neck. Is he the heaviest structure in the world? No. But certainly the one that offers a lot of positives in terms of look. You get on top of him, he's still got plenty of product for me, and he's the one after that to win this particular class. Gotta be you, young man. The second place is going to be the young lady with the big blue bear. If we can just find him up, or I think this guy has got a tremendous advantage in terms of getting hung on the rail and the amount of product he's under. I just need to make him sounder. The young lady with the bear that's a little waster through his well, 1/3 there, and then along her three, does a great job of driving him. The young lady was going to be fourth. The young lady was going to be fourth. We didn't talk about her in class over there. Love this bear. This is the one that concerns me the most in terms of its skeletal width. You watch him come at it, watch him drive away. He's the closest at the knee and the hop. Certainly would like to bring him up off of those middle two passes. Young man's going to be 5 here. Boy, like the look, seeing here this one, and the fix this one, and the grip and time here to be able to get him to try that. Good setup here.
In the market era middleweight class 5, third place, Dallas Empty, fourth place, Natalie Jacob, third place, Stella Brown, second place, Molly Jacob, and first place, Grant Second. Now in the ring are the first place winners from all middle classes. Lily Zedike, Brandon Zedike, Declan Zedike, and Grant Second.
let's put our hands together for this middleweight division and congratulate the young folks for driving us a really, really nice set of battles. As we drop them out here in this event, I really appreciate the kind of folks that we have out here. They're extremely stout. For the most part, they're sound enough for us here today. You really like the freshness and the steaming hand. Young folks have done a great job in terms of getting them presented and getting them out here and driving. He's one that I like really, really well, just in terms of the style and vibe standpoint. Remember, this is a big show, and yet when we add that style and that balance and that look and that directness in terms of flexibility and feet and legs, and still add that market product on top of it to make it a really stout, heavy features way beyond where we need to, what we see from most commercial producers. The one I really like best is the young lady's number 17, long hair, long hair. I like this guy to win the division. Congratulations. The young lady's home pick to come out. I thought those two were neck and neck when we got out here, and I think this is we watched the old West Coast Bradford driving. He just wanted to tighten up. He's loosening back up. It's ever so solid. Love the length and the cleanliness and the looking at it. I can't put them two up. I'm going to keep them together. The young ladies' West Coast will be the first.
The reserve champion middleweight market barrel goes to Adam Zebike, and the champion middleweight market barrel goes to Brooklyn Zebike. The champion middleweight market barrel banner and handle is sponsored by the Minus Police Officer in St. Jude, and the reserve champion middleweight market barrel banner and reserve banner is sponsored in memory of John Fish. Now in the ring is market barrel heavyweight class 6. Cora Bach, Gavin Brown, Garrett Ingram, Marvin Carsack, Molly Jacob, Kate Brewer, Ariana Mercer, Brooklyn Zebike, Brandon Zebike, and Camille Clifford. On deck, we need the market barrel heavyweight class 7. Ryan Carlson, Owen Apple, Lily Zebike, Mallory Lynn, Laura Brown, Eliza Glazer, Owen Apple, Payson Miller, Kylie Carr, Jason Weber, and Cash Lucas.
It's quite the heavy weights are getting dropped off here. We've got all kinds of pieces of parts, designs and parts that are liked and continue to walk the things probably about each and every one of them. But certainly there's one just in terms of raw mass and power that I think overwhelms the class in terms of what they offer and the dimension that they bring to the table. You know, if you sound enough for everybody, I think it's pretty sound enough and certainly getting started. Is a big wide hit, the big top, and massive blade. I think the young man followed up there really start the class in this particular ride. You know, I was concerned about maybe he wasn't sound enough, but you're watching him judge him to go and watching him bring those hops. He's just a stubborn old mule. Young man's going to follow closely and do when he's got a right hand corner. Just completely gets overwhelmed in terms of mindless of rope and muscle and power that will bring to the start. And, you know, I'll be the first to tell you, I love the front end and the length and extension on this side. He's just not really heavy enough structure. He's getting behind me. He wants to flatten out compared to a class one, relatively speaking, in terms of that lower one third of his hand. Also good seeing here when it's going to go through. It's a little too plain for me, which is comparing to our top two in terms of the market characteristics. Love the young lady player here in terms of his look, his style, and his balance. I think those better days were probably behind him, and certainly one that we have peak series. It's still being fresh and good looking in terms of his skin and his hair. This looks like he's maybe getting a little longer in the teeth than some of the other ones. Then later, the 74 driving a big red guy here. Well, you get on top of this guy. He's really bald and big about his shoulder, really square out of his head. Really wants to travel just a little bit competitive for me. Wants to get that hop to go out just a little bit. In terms of the carcass here, my money would be on this guy here. And the young lady that's going to be 5, and the young lady that's in the red shirt there, she's one that's got another really fresh preparing one. She still doesn't have the horses to compete with the ones that have had ahead of in the past.
The market bearer heavyweight class 6. Fifth place is Carl Buck. Fourth place, Big Bear. Third place, Brooklyn Dudek. Second place, Brandon Dudek. And first place, Gavin Brown. Gavin is the market bearer heavyweight class 7. Myron Hancock, Owen Apple, Larry Dudek, Mallory Ing, Lila Brown, Elijah Moses, Owen Apple, Casey Nagel, Kylie Todd, Mason Levin, and Cash Lucas. On deck, to meet the market bearer heavyweight Class 8, Lacey Brown, Winston Winschneider, Brandon Fredette, Colbert Nagel, Eric Johnston, Augustine Seal, Cadence Willis, Jacqueline Brown, The heavyweight Class 6 banner is sponsored by B-Square 4-H Club. The heavyweight Class 7 banner is sponsored by the Mercer Brothers.
You guys are the next class, the heavyweight today. We got some good take. I think the top one here. Now, the one I'm going to set it on is the one that I think is pretty quick in terms of the look. Has some feature to it. You get down over the top of this one, you still have some turn to the top. Not the heavy structure that makes rugged and good. We made one class that I think we think for our purposes today. And probably by far one of the most mobile ones that we have out here. I like the young lady style black belt. Start this particular class here. The bear I'm going to go through with is one that I'll be the first thing that do, just in terms of roundness and boldness and shape. Probably has a little bit of advantage. I just don't like this picked up in his strength just a little bit. Not quite as deep sided as I like to see him. I think he jumps here a little out and he's the reverse first. So you get down on the top of this one, and this is the one that has plenty turn to that top. Really like the natural fitness this has got going. The other young man's in our back bell that's driving away from us will be two in this particular class. And I think it's really close, up and building picture. Then over the picture, 73, another little bit and boldly. You just got to clean that guy up down in behind his seat. Get him to slide out just a little bit better. Get a little more comfortable on his way through. Really like the young man with the spot there that's going to go forward. This is one you stick over around, I think, comes around the product that he brings to the table. They really up-headed. You can see him giving him a little bit more turn to his shot. And the young lady that's going to be 4 or 5 that's going to go. She's down at the far end, there she is. This is one that's just a little bit rounder about his muscle. You want to push him down right there in his hand Warren Johnson. But this is one that, we can get him cleaned up just a little bit. Get him put down a little more level top. And we get him to compete just a little bit better.
The market weight heavyweight class 7 winners are fifth place Owen Apple, fourth place Cash Lucas, third place Lyle Brown, second place Owen Apple, and first place Lily Zedek. Melanie Marie is market area heavyweight class 8. Lacey Brown, Jason Winchester, Brandon Zedek, Colvin Nabel, Eric Johnston, Addison Stewart, Hayden Sports, and Jacqueline Brown. On deck, we need all the first and second place winners from the heavyweight classes. Gavin Brown, Brandon Zedek, Lily Zedek, Owen Apple, In the hole, we need the champion and the champion of each class, lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight.
Our class winner in the last class of the heavyweight division, my job probably was the easiest experience in terms of the class winner tonight, but one I think just in terms of functionality, look, style, and balance, and going into the super heavyweights, I think I said my weight range is 270 to 340 something. But one I think that just combines everything. The nice system that you do to put together a nice complete free package, like the young man for all our very gentlemen, even this particular class. Pretty easy in my mind. Right here, we're going to go through driving the other thing better than right here. This is one, I think, heavier of a weight. Feel that pretty shape on its top, because it shows that spring in that body, maybe a little bit flatter, a little bit narrower as we go away in terms of show, but look at muscle mass to that hand. The young man is driving a bit right there here. He's going to be free. This is one, he's getting up there in weight, but certainly get down on top of him. He's still got the nice tender to his head. Got the heaviness of structure. Really makes you think about his stall as you determine up. The young lady that's driving the Duroc there down here, the Duroc Thunder, he's going to be forward. This is one just in terms of hanging apart. I guarantee you this guy is going to hang apart. That's probably heavier than anybody. And my money would be on him if he was in a focus contest in terms of percent lean and muscle power. Little Duroc, he's got a lot packed on him. he just needs to be a lot more comfortable off the first stance. And they're going to run 4, excuse me, 5. He's going to be the young man right here. You know, so he's stressing out, but he's getting a little very honest. Certainly one we got to see people excited. You just have more feeling. But certainly one that get into to appreciate his market flexibility that he's been able to keep to this point.
The winners of the Market Era Heavyweight Class 8. 5th place, Winston Richard. 4th place, Jackie Brown. 3rd place, Kevin Noble. 2nd place, Lacey Brown. And 1st place, Brandon Vito. For the first and second place winners from the heavyweight class 6, 7, and 8. Gavin Barrow, Brandon Zeta, Ray Zeta, Ellen Apple, Brandon Zeta, and Lacey Brown. On deck, we need the champion and reserve champions from each class, lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. Brooklyn Zeta, Adam Zeta, Gavin Troyer, and Madison Swine. In the hole, we need Margaret Garrett lightweight class 9, Winston Stanton, Madison Stroud, Jason Randall, Cash Lucas, Elijah Mason, Gavin Brown, Molly Jacob, and Sarah Jane Ball. The heavyweight class 8 banner is sponsored by the Bill Webb family.
Get our heavyweights out here and we look at our first person and then we kind of drop the second and person in there and a lot of people are going to get yourself in trouble, but I know who went behind there and what we locked up on the top and I can go back to what my judging team coach at Ohio State told me, like Steve, when you get out and judge shows, it's a different world when you're judging market health shows and county fairs and then whatever other level that you may be at. And he says, you got to remember, even though we're looking for style and balance, we still have to have enough product and meat and muscle. And so just remember, a champion should look like a champion, whether you're looking at him from the side profile, you watch him come out in the air, you watch him go away. And I've always kept that in the back of my mind, and I always think about that when we get into a championship drive situation. So as we break down our heavyweights here, I think there's one that comes to the top one. And guys, I could probably go all 3 different ways in terms of our class numbers. So, I always talk about using the one that's the most complete, where the pieces fit the best, get out and drive, show me some strong work, but still bring plenty of quality to the table. I like the young man that won our last class to be a champion heavyweight. I think going up this thing really hard and his just as complete, but maybe he doesn't have the gravity cost that we're having in our class winner and one that I think our class winner, maybe it's a pound, our division winner, maybe it's a pound thing, but I like the neatness, I like the freshness, I like the young lady's black belt of their team.
The reserve champion heavyweight market barrel goes to Lily Zedek, and the champion heavyweight market barrel goes to Brandon Zedek. Brandon's banner and green ribbon is sponsored by Todd and Julie last summer. And the reserve champion banner and ribbon is sponsored by the Rose McDermott Insurance. Now entering the ring are the champions from all classes, lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. Natalie Sawyer, Brooklyn Zedek, and Brandon Zedek.
Well, congratulations to our bar exhibitors that exhibited each division champion here. And we get off these three out here. Let's give them a nice big round of applause, please. I always drop them out here and then champion drive the other day, and I always want to make sure that I'm trying to line the pigs up and stay consistent, and I think I certainly have done that with the three division winners here. There's some subtle differences in them, but each time I thought came through some really tough divisions, even the one that the lightweight there that came out of just one class, but he beat some really good pigs. And our middleweight pig, the 265 pounds, I think the one lady told me, that's heavyweight in a lot of different areas, and I think we're up to the upper 290s here on the young man's heavyweight pig. But certainly three pigs that I could justify using any one of them. If there's one out here that just suits me the best, and if I could beat pigs and have them look like this, these would be the ones that I'd want to run in front of my granddaughters and have them stick in. I'm not normally a big fan of pigs with a lot of hair on and shaggy, but I like the young ladies middleweight to be a champion. we drop our reserve in that middle weight out. The young lady's got a really neat fancy just showpiece selection. You know, I think when we compare it to the other two, it probably ranks 3 in terms of substance of bone. And it's really, I like the way this one looks. I like the cleanliness, the front and the head and neck on this one. So you gotta ask you the question, is there enough to this one? Some may say there is, some may say there isn't. Then I like the best for reserve. It's gonna be the young man's heavyweight. On the last class there. So good job.
The reserve overall market barrel champion is Brandon Zedek, and the overall market barrel champion is Brooklyn Zedek. On deck, we need Market Field Lightweight Class 9, Thurston Stanley, Madison Stroud, Jason Waddle, Cash Lucas, Elijah Moser, Gavin Brown, Molly Jacob, and Sarah Jean Bach. In the North, we need the Market Field Middleweight Class 10. Grace Sealer, Mallory Lee, Madeline Chandler, Cora Gassel, Garrett Ingram, Brooklyn Zedek, Elena Deal, and Riley Jacob. The champion market barrel banner and beer ribbon are sponsored by Real Seed Foods, Ryan Zedek. And our third champion market barrel banner and reserve ribbon was sponsored by Dave and Colin Finger Banner.
So, real and chocolate shake. Yeah.
Now interviewing is the market built lightweight class 9. Jason Stanley, Madison Stroud, Lisa Noble, Cash Lucas, Elijah Moser, Gavin Brown, Molly Jacob, and Sarah Jane Bach. On deck, we need the market built middleweight class 10. Grace Seabeck, Mallory Lee, Natalie Toyer, Cora Gaskell, Garrett Ingram, Brooklyn Zedek, Elena Deal, and Riley Jacob. In the hole, we need market built middleweight class 11. Sarah Jane Bach, Owen Apple, Lily Zedek, Cameron Schindler, Jacob Yoder, Brittany Sheets, Natalie Taylor, and Adelie Zedek.
You know, one and only class, I believe, in the lightweight jokes, and a little bit of give and take here, certainly in terms of soundness and you know, product. I don't know whether it's a fullness thing or it's just that's how they are. But I would be careful getting some of these picks that are already naturally fixed and really wide based and getting the neck for extra full, because let me tell you, they have a hard enough time reaching out with that much skeletal work as it is. And when you throw them up, they have a hard time bringing that leg any farther forward because of what they've got a big setback leg up into. I think it's really close on the top end, and the one I like the best is the one I think it's just in terms of, you know, is it especially perfect? No, but I do find this one to be the freer and easier moving of the pair. I really like the turn to the top. I like the young lady's turned up and driving away from me right there. Who wins this particular drive? Very close second, it's going to be the young man with the clowned up rust-colored pig, the calico pig here. This is one I just think when you watch him travel away from you, that hop doesn't want to line up to the ankle, and certainly does not bring that rear leg as far forward as our class winner did. Now, am I saying the class winner was super sound? No, I'm not, but certainly I think she does have an advantage there. Young lady that's going to be 3 is the one with the attitude out here in the pink shirt, which is another one that's got big and bold in terms of heavy structure. So when we get behind this one and watch this one track away, this is one that we could really need to get back within sight of itself. But in terms of boldness and thickness, that's what put him over 4, which is going to be the young lady right here. She's going to be 4th in this particular class. This is one I like it for expressing the muscle. Love the skin here. The young lady's done a great job getting these animals presented for us right now. We just need to make this one a little bit level top. Get that spine pushed down there and get that head and that shoulder elevated just ever so slightly. Now you got like the young man's spot there here to go 5. Like the ones that we have left, you get down over the top of this one. This one's got the most tender spot. It's certainly one that doesn't offer us as much product as some of the ones we have placed of it and ahead of it in class today.
For the market fit lightweight class 9, 5th place Elijah Major, 4th place Madison Brown, 3rd place Molly Jacob, and there's world champion lightweight is Gabby Brown, and the champion lightweight is Sarah Jane Bach. The lightweight class 9 banner was sponsored by James and Jackie Singing Family. The champion lightweight market field banner and ribbon was sponsored by Lindsay Foods and Zedek, and the reserve champion lightweight market field banner and reserve ribbon was sponsored by Lindsay Foods and Zedek. Now entering the ring is the market built middleweight class 10, Grace Zedek, Mallory Lynn, Natalie Troyer, Cora Gasca, Garrett Ingram, Brooklyn Zedek, Elena Diaz, and Riley Jacob. On deck, we need market built middleweight class 11, Sarah Jane Bach, Owen Apple, Lily Zedek, Cameron Schindler, Jacob Yoder, Brittany Sheets, Natalie Troyer, and Adeline Zedek.
really nice second class of market goods that we have here. I don't know if it's age terminal or what happens to them once they leave here if they don't win, but certainly, granddaughters, we got four grandkids, and then we got my best friend's got 3 grandkids, so we've got 7 kids to supply pigs for. There's several of them in here that I would love to take home and make them the omelets and see if we can produce the market hogs with it. Guys, really close, I think, here on the top end, and I broke them down, and I think what decides it for me is when you get down over the top of them, it's just one that shows me a little more spread to that top. It shows me a little more dimension and roundness to that center rib. And I like this one down to the lower portion, just ever so slightly, just a little bit more. It's extremely hard as the young ladies started to here. The young ladies blue face the real excuse here go too. I think it gets really close. 375 we get down here. I'm going to tease the mass and the power of the young lady driving the blue girl away. She's going to be free with us today. What the extension and the length of body in this one. Boy, we just really need to fix that head and that neck. This is probably as ugly a headed one as we've seen today. We certainly love the stretch and the amount of product that this one brings to us in this particular class. Young man in the blue shirt, 24. Love the profile of this one. This one can get out and drive, and this one head gets up. Gives us a really good showpiece look. Comes at us a little more closed up in the career head of it goes today. And certainly one that when you watch it drive away from it, just a little closer at the ground on both ends. Maybe not quite as fast and good in terms of its skin and hair, but certainly one that's got a lot of use to it. Moving it around on the 5th place bid here, gets really close, and I think I can make a case for any of them. Like the young lady Spinner Boating right here to my right. This is one that profiles really good. Great skin hair. Let's keep fine bone and shot for me to be able to get it up any higher in class today.
For the market middleweight class 10, 5th place, Elena Deal, 4th place, Garrett Ingram, 3rd place, Riley Jacob, 2nd place, Natalie Troyer, and 1st place, Brooklyn Zeta. Entering the ring is market built middleweight class 11, Sarah Jane Bach, Owen Apple, Annie Zeta, Cameron Schindler, Jacob Gilder, Bentley Sheets, Natalie Chen, and Adeline Zeta. On deck is market built middleweight class 12, Dallas Lincoln, Carter Deal, Juliana Deal, Drake M, Stella Brown, and Carissa Mojo. The middleweight class 10 banner is sponsored by the Defiance County Associate Deputies, and the middleweight class 11 banner is sponsored by Green Acres Storage Club.
It's one class of middleweight gilts that we dive into here, and certainly some different types of kinds that we have out here. The gilt that I'm going to go ahead and start the class with is one that is kind of surprising to me when you really start breaking it down. When you first initially see this gilt, is one that you think, well, maybe she's just not picking up in the center portion of that rib, but then you get on top of it and you're like, okay, well, maybe an optical illusion, and you just watch this and track out and track away extremely bold up underneath the big old white chest there. Really love the way the hip and hind leg are set into this one. This one just out and drive. It's got plenty enough power, plenty enough mass for me. I think this is one that I like the best. It sends up the least amount of warnings and red flag, like the young lady felt it right here during this particular class. I think the following number 3 is going to be the young lady with the wider back face spotted up here. This is good. Real power hog. Just like to see this one maybe a bit bigger of a package, maybe a little cleaner up to that front. One third, especially up into that jowl region. If this one stretched out just a little bit, there's as much product as this one's got going for it. This one can really get out and drive and do a good job of doing so. Young lady that's going to be 3 is going to be a young lady with the big blue gilt right here. This is one that if we can fix this one at the hop, make it line itself up at the mouth, I think we probably go on and move this one up. Probably even make it a fast runner. We just need to fix those big 2 legs on it. Big guy had trouble with in terms of evaluating in 34, and I think it was a very close for, is the young lady's big right here. This is one when you look at it, this is the one that kind of like our class runner. This is one I thought would be thicker and wider and more bold and robust coming at us and driving away from us. But of the top 4, this is the one that wants to close up the most. There's the narrowest through the 4 of the chest, and just look a little too close for me. I got hot, comparatively speaking, to our class range. You know, when you talk about 5, we're going down through here. The 5 is going to be the young man's white gill here. This one is very, very practical, very commercial oriented. But certainly one we need to trim and lean up. I like the feeding legs, and I think that one offers the next best amount of power for us.
The 90-foot middleweight class 11, 5th place, Brighton Sheets, 4th place, Sarah Jane Bach, 3rd place, Marilyn Troyer, 2nd place, Adam Zedek, and 1st place, Lily Zedek. Now in the ring is Market Gilt middleweight class 12, Dallas Aiken, Carter Deal, Juliana Deal, Drake Ian, Stella Brown, and Kirsten Moser. On deck, we need the 1st and 2nd place winners of middleweight class 10 and class 11. Brooklyn Zedek, Natalie Troyer, Lily Zedek, and Adam Zedek. The middleweight class banner, was sponsored by Mike and Michelle Guido and Cameron.
Good class here. I think a lot of people falls together for us. And certainly the one I'm going to start with, I think the most perfect pieces together for me, young lady in the pink shirt with this girl here. She wins this class, and you really like the uphevenness, the loveliness, the length of body, the extension. Goes at me and comes at me and drives away from me with plenty of work. You know, just the overwhelming in terms of the amount of product that you have. Maybe not like a second place pick does, but feet and legs, look, uphevenness is what this is too. Young lady with a big old massive pair of string work's going to be too. She's worked the rear end off to get this one road. This one here just got some drawing there in his hocks and didn't want to handle them too very, very well. She's as wide a base as anything that we've seen today. Barrel or grip that they drove at us. Let this old girl go away, and she actually still keeps them real too, kind of close to being where they need to be. But certainly we need to free her up and make her a little bit clearer and easier. Young man in the maroon shirt in the center ring, great skin hair on that one. He's going to be free. This is one that just gives up too much punch, too much power. To the two that we head up in class, we really love the length, the extension, and the neat look. One that patterns itself, it's going to go 4. Kind of like the 1 and 3. Young man right here in the cowboy hat, he's going to be 4. This is one that he'd really like to sign this one up in his head and neck and bone work. But certainly one, young man's did a great job in terms of getting it presented. It's high noon in terms of the skin and hair and how it looks. You get out and ride it, young man's taking great pride in his pride. Before I think it gets really close between the young man who drives that and the young lady with the goat there farthest in, and those were the exit gate is. I actually like the young lady 5 in a very, very close pair. I just think there's more evidence in terms of the top than we have in the other young man's deal. But a nice set of goods.
For the market built middleweight class 12, 5th place Juliana Dale, 4th place Carter Dale, 3rd place Dallas Lincoln, 2nd place Kirsten Moser, and 1st place Stella Brown. Now in the ring are the 1st and 2nd place from the middleweight class 10, class 11, and class 12. Brooklyn Zedike, Lily Zedike, and Stella Brown. On deck is Marcus Gill, heavyweight class 13, Eli Anthony, Addison Apple, Colby Regal, Adeline Zedek, Garrett Stuckey, Lily Zedek, and Addison Apple.
What a nice little jokes that we have out here for a champion drive. You appreciate for what they're called, what they're for. For the most part, they're sound, they're functional, they've got a great look, got great extensions in. But there's one out here I think that just kind of separates itself. Love the hip and hind leg in this one. Love the extension and the cleanliness and the look that this one has up to its front end. And a lot of times it's hard to make them when they have that much look and extension and prettiness up to their front end. It's hard to make them when they're so stout, big ribs, big bone, with a lot of chest. And usually you just jump at one with, and then others come along. But this one does. Love the way this one flexes and very pliable to the center portion of that body. Really can get out of drive, bring those knees, flex those hop, and one of the things that the young lady with the black bone right there. Follow up is one that just in terms of substance of bone and rib shape and still got plenty of look to it. I said earlier today that I didn't really like them when they were super hairy, but I like this young lady's pick for reserve. Look at the young lady right there, right with the black and white brothers in there.
Third ring champion, middleweight Market Gill, is Brooklyn Zedike, and the champion, middleweight Market Gill, is the Lily Zedike. Her ribbon and banner is sponsored by Roger and Lois Zedike. And the reserve champion, banner, and ribbon are sponsored by the Big Graham Company. Now in the ring is the Market Gill heavyweight class 13, Eli Anthony, Addison Apple, Colby Campbell, Adeline Zedek, Garrett Stuckey, Lily Zedek, and Addison Apple. On deck, we need the market for heavyweight class 14, Eli Anthony, Gavin Brown, Randy Spicer, Charles Brown, Madison Swine, Gavin Sheets, Jacqueline Brown, and Arena Ann Wolf Wallace.
One of the toughest things they will have to do when you're evaluating a class is when one comes in and just dominates the class and wins it easily. You just want to kind of keep looking at that one, and then it takes you a second to kind of snap out of it, and then go on, and where are we going to go from there? Really like the young ladies rider skin blue going on here to start the class with. This is by far the combination gilt in the class. Very tall shouldered, long body, bringing up to its front one third to really get out and stride. It's probably one of the sounder ones that we've seen tonight. Really like the work and the product that this one brings to the table. It's really close, I think, from second, third, and then however you want to put them. I like the young ladies' wrestler colors, not as fresh as here when they do two. This is one that when you get on top of this one, lots of product, lots of mass, probably one of the heaviest structures we've seen today. Not the prettiest looking thing in terms of freshness and boldness. Not boldness, excuse me, in terms of the skin and hair, it's certainly one that's very stout start, very stout jaw, and comes out as opened up pretty enough. Young man that's going to be third, exact opposite on the other end of the scale. This is one with a great skin and hair. Young man has spent a lot of time on this one in terms of getting it to present itself. He just need to make this one tall at the top of the shoulder, push that spine down in it just a little bit, and maybe stouten it up in terms of the feature. In terms of where we're at compared to the two ahead of it, it's the finest bone of the three that we have. They're really, really good and fresh appearing. Young lady's going to be four with the bigger belly go here. Very big, heavy structure, big skull. This is just too raw for me. Way too pulled up in the flank. We need some more belly and rib to this one, if you will, and drop it down in terms of the size and just give it some more depth. And then the young man driving the 5 up jug, he's going to be 5 here. Plenty of shape to this one. Kind of the same thing that goes with 4. One that just needs more middle body to it and a little more depth of work.
For the market built heavyweight class 13, fifth place, Ella Anthony, fourth place, Daisy Light, third place, Grant Stuckey, second place, Addison Apple, and first place, Adam Seaman. Category is market built heavyweight class 14, Eli Anthony, Gavin Brown, Rennie Spicer, Charles Brown, Madison Sprout, Gavin Sheets, Jacqueline Brown, and Olivia Ann Wolf-Boris. The middleweight class 10 banner is sponsored the heavyweight class 13 banner is sponsored by Defiance County Associate Deputies. On deck, we need the first place winners of heavyweight class 13 and heavyweight class 14. Adam Zedek and Addison Apple. In the hole, we need the first and second place winners of the market built lightweight class, middleweight class, and heavyweight class. Gavin Brown, Sarah Jane Bob, Lily Zedek, Brooklyn Zedek,
We wind up on market Hogs here with the class players in the great division. There's one I think that comes to the front, comes to the top, relatively easy for me to talk about one that just put their wing together, all the puzzle pieces for you. You've heard me say that once or twice tonight. Just in terms of that look and that extension up to that head and neck, and still get out and murder it, guys. One man does a nice job getting the same. One man right here in front of me with this still here. Yes, sir. It gets really tight for two, and I think there's one that just when I hit the ring, I thought, well, there's my class winner, but you really watch this one, and it's not quite as comfortable on the front end. But to get clean footage, what I call it, really get down on the front passing, but they love the look and the extension up through the head and neck of that young man right here to my left. He'll be two in this particular class. Closely followed by the young lady driving the old black goat. She's going to be three. Just don't find this one to have as much substance of bones. And though I will give it a slight nod in terms of being a little more stable and a little more steady in that flange, this is one that we need to lengthen that hip up, pull that tail set up just a little bit, and get it leveled out there on the back end, because it really likes to bring those feet a little farther on the forward. Young man driving the hips to a pin and get right there is going to be 4. Still plenty of muscle, lean muscle expression. Let's say really make it flexible for us up to this point, this heavyweight. We certainly wanted it a little bit rounder in that muscle shape. Certainly not as heavy duty in terms of its structure. Certainly a little fairer about its stall. We're just really close. We do not have a 5 up to make a case for any of them. Like the young man spotted up here right here. It shows you the most evidence in terms of a stop and still some lean muscle expression and product that we're going to go ahead and hang on to the rail.
For the market, the heavyweight class 14, 5th place, Eva Aiken, 4th place, Reverend Spicer, 3rd place, Madison Scott, 2nd place, Gavin Brown, and 1st place, Charles Brown. Now entering the ring are the 1st and 2nd place of heavyweight class 13 and 14. Adam Zedek, Charles Brown, on deck we need pig catch, lightweight class 15. On deck, we need 1st and 2nd place from the market field, lightweight class 9, middleweight class, and heavyweight class. George A. Bach, Gavin Brown, Brooklyn Zedek, Lily Zedek. In the hold, we need pig catch, lightweight class 15, Kenzie Baker, Dana Schroeder, Jackson Newman, Gavin Sheets, Layla Burrows, and Laura Newman.
Two really nice skills that we drop out here in our heavyweight division, and certainly not a lot of them. We have 2 classes this way through, but what a bunch of power that we have out here just in terms of dimension of rib and substance of bone. And there's a few things we'd like to change about a couple of in terms of the structure. We talked about which one sends up the least amount of red flags for me, which one do I feel is the most complete. And I think this is a perfect example of I'm not an EST guy right here. I don't have to have the one that is the heaviest muscle, the widest base, the soundest in the world. Now don't get me wrong, I think soundness is is very, very important along with the other characteristics and traits. So when we break them down, we put them into the soundest, most functional styles, and nicely balanced package, and then we build them up in terms of making them look like show pigs. And I think there's one out here that does it really, really well for us in our heavyweight division. I like the young lady blue pig right here to my right to win the heavyweight division. In a closely follow with the young man farthest away from me, the other class winner. She's starting to get in a little bit of angst and trouble. She knows how to get out of here, and she's wanting to go. This is one that is wider base. It's heavier muscle in terms of that shape to that top, but certainly one I think when we get off to the side of it, is one that I don't find as deep and doesn't bounce quite as much as a heavyweight division winner does, but that's taken away and that's really nitpicking on a really, really good one with a nice pair of belts to win the heavyweight division.
Thursday champion heavyweight market jump goes to Charles Brown, and the champion market group goes to Adam Zito. The champion banner and red ribbon were donated both by Defiance County Volunteer. Now remembering are the first and second place winners from lightweight class, middleweight class, and heavyweight class. Gavin Brown served in top. Bergen Zedek, Billy Zedek, Adam Zedek, and Charles Brown. On deck, we need Pink Hatch, lightweight class 15, Kenzie Bigger, Beta Schroeder, Jackson Newman, Gavin Sheets, Anna Burrows, and Nora Newman. In the hole, we need Pink Hatch, middleweight class 16, Dylan Zedek, Adrian Helms, Paxton Hall, Collins Potter, Kylie Carr, Alexander Thorpe, Jackson Weber, Ryan Mansfield, Brantley Sheets, and Brandon Schultz.
You know, I was driving for a champion gold, but we've lost the sign later tonight here, but he's worked well, and I really appreciate the guys, and we got the two pigs left to sort out. They've done a good job in terms of getting them to us, and everybody back in the barn and working, and the young ladies announcing, and everybody bringing the water and keeping them hydrated. I greatly appreciate it. Had a fun time up here, looking at the crossroads. I'm looking forward to seeing the HIX-TV. Guys, you've heard me talk about them in class, you heard me talk about them in the division. There's one out here that is just simply my time. And I hate to be cliche, so it's one person's opinion on one day, but that's what it is. You know, we've got several opinions around the ring, but my name is the one that's on the check, and I get to make the final decision. So we can banter and talk back and forth about it when you want, but there's one I just think out here that is super complete, super neat looking, like the young lady's belt is going right here to be your guild champion. Another one that I like out here really, really well to go reserve. I really love the length, the extension. I just wish it had a little bit more turn to its top, but you really like the profile on this one. She brings 24, like the young lady blue to be reserved in this division.
The reserve champion market goat goes to Adeline Zedek. Her banner and ribbon is sponsored by Dave and Connie Cougar Family. And the champion market goat goes to Lily Zedek. Her banner and brand ribbon is sponsored by Real Z Feeds Ryan Zedek. Now entering the ring is the Pig Catch Lightweight Class 15, Kenzie Bigger, Veda Schroeder, Jackson Newman, Gavin Sheets, Layla Burrows, and Laura Newman. On deck, we need Pig Catch Middleweight Class 16, Dylan Zedek, April Helms, Caston Hall, Collins Potter, Kylie Clark, Alexander Thorpe, Jackson Weber, Ryan Naismith, Brantley Sheets, and Braylon Toole. In the hole, we need the Pig Catch Heavyweight Class 17, Cora Bach, Dale Brown, Kirsten Case, Michelle Spicer, Juliana Jewell, Graceland Stanton, Jacob Elston, Drake E., Henry Clark, and Catherine Whitman.
Evaluating our first class of Pig Catch animals that get out here. And guys, I appreciate you having a class like this in terms of getting young people that I believe the rules were explained to me, haven't never sold a pig and have the opportunity to go out and catch a pig and then bring it back to the show this year. Guys, the pigs we're going to see. I see some that where I got lined up and I see ones out here. This is the real pig world, okay? I'll be the first to admit to you, the short pig guy, that's fairy tale, that's dreamland, okay? Yeah, we genetically manipulated these pigs and bred them for certain traits and on and on. 98.5% of the pigs that are harvested in the United States, I guarantee you look like this. Almost guarantee you look like this. The mass numbers that they turn out and the things that they do in terms of commercial sales, these are the ones that are most functional. These are the ones that thrive the most. So what do we look for? Still the same things. We want muscle, we want dimension, we want soundness, we want growability in them. And they do. These pigs perform well. They're usually raised in total confinement situations. In my mind, I think we've got a pretty easy class winner in here, followed up by a pretty easy second, and then I think it gets a little hairy and close from there. But the one that I like is the one that's probably the most modern, in terms of the frame size, that has the most ring dimension, the most muscle, the most top shape. If you get out and drive and it's really sound, like the young lady's black belt right here in front of me. Absolutely, let's give her a big round of applause. Young man's other black belt's going to be 2. This is one that I probably, in terms of percent lean, is a little bit leaner than the young lady's belt that finishes first, okay? So we don't have that spread, we don't have that dimension, we don't have that rib shape, but one that's still actually with a high credibility kind of a carcass. Then I think we can go in several different directions when we get down here to 3, 4, 5, and 6. I like the young lady's white pig with the bread spot up on the side of there to be third. This is one that when you get in behind it, I think also this is the most muscle through the center portion of that hand and down through the lower 1/3. I'll be the first to tell you this one wants to deviate in behind its shoulder blade, but certainly in terms of being up on those thirds, sound and functional, and legs I think is what gets this guy in the 4. Young lady that's going to be 6 is going to be driving the red pig over here. We just need more guts, more body, more volume, so we can see some shape and turn to the top. And the young lady that's going to be 6 is the one right there with the bigger pig, a little bit saltier middles, and the one that we're going to go into the 6th with. This is one that I think gives us the most evidence of muscle, a little bit wider out of that pin set, and actually a little thicker through the center portion of that hand. Guys, real little pigs, really appreciate looking at it.
The Pickaxe Lightweight Class 15, 5th place Nora Newman, 4th place Leda Burrows, 3rd place Leda Schroeder, 2nd place Gavin Sheets, and 1st place Kenzie Bigger. The Lightweight Class 15 banner is sponsored by Fairview Game Farmers. Now entering the ring is Pickaxe Middleweight Class 16, Dylan Zedek, April Hogs, Caston Hall, Collins Potter, Kylie Carr, Alexander Thorpe, Jackson Weber, Ryan Mansell, Brantley Sheets, and Brandon Shaw. On deck is the Pickaxe Heavyweight Class 17, Cora Bach, Dale Brown, Pearson Case, Michael Spicer, Juliana Deal, Grayson Stanton, Jacob Elson, Drake Eames, Henry Clark, and Catherine Rittman. In the hole, we'll need the first and second place winners of each pay class. Kenzie Baker and Gavin Sheets.
second half of the pig break pigs and the, I think there's one that stands out, and it's not because of the quality, but just in terms of evidence of shape and evidence of muscle, evidence that it just actually being able to get out and drive a little bit. Great string hair, young man is pretty distinct to perfection in terms of getting his bone. Like the young man's red lock color red pig over here to the right, so in this particular pass. Really close, and you got to start making some decisions when you get down to the line here. You've got some there, you're probably our second heaviest muscled and whitest face and really thick stout one that I'd really like to latch on to. He's probably also the least signed of the ones that we have out here. And he goes off for a lot of products. So what do I do with that one? Do you run out in second, third, fourth, or fifth? So, you appreciate what it brings to the table, but you still evaluate structure and soundness, especially for these commercial pigs. The other pig that's been humped for, I think, the second and third is one that's probably a little fluffier than most of them out here. He could probably visit Jimmy Craig's and get on a diet plan, but certainly one that still offers us plenty of product. You get in behind the side, he's got some shape to his rear end, still got some shape and some fingerprint to his bonus. He gets really close. Young lady to my far left up in the corner is going to be second. The young man with the blue coat here will be third. You start evaluating for 4 and 5, and you're going to start to find muscle, and you're going to find good, and you got to find one that has performed at a high level in terms of production, being production oriented. This is a young man with the red blood pig here, there's 4. He's going to be our fifth per side, and he just got as much meat and muscle to offer. And then you look at one that doesn't have that rib shape, the bone, the boldness. It's certainly one that offers this compatibility, has some maintenance to it, and has been able to stay a little bit market flexible. Young man along the fence right there in the green shirt, he's going to be 5. Nice job, guys. Keep after it.
From the pig patch middleweight class 16, 5th place Jackson Weber, 4th place Brantley Sheets, 3rd place Alexander Book, 2nd place Harvey Clark, and 1st place Dylan Zedek. Now entering the ring, pig patch heavyweight class 17, Cora Bach, Dale Brown, Pearson Case, Michael Spicer, Juliana Deal, Kirsten Stanton, Jacob Elson, Drake Inn, Henry Clark, and Catherine Whitman. On deck is the first and second place winners of the pig patch classes. Kenzie Baker, Gavin Sheets, Dylan Zedek, Kyrie Hogs. In the hole, we need the champion and reserve Market Brown, Brooklyn Zedek and Brandon Zedek, and the junior and reserve Market Field, Lily Zedek and Alan Zedek.
in our last class of what we're looking to do, it is in the champion drive, and certainly when we get this big, we've got to start looking at a couple of things in terms of, how much are we going to be hanging on the rail and how much is going to be going into the barrel on the floor. So certainly when we get them up and down, I think some of them are 300 plus, 330 pounds, I think the running on rate. Which one offers us the ones that stay market flexible, still offers some growth and product, but still offers some leanness. I think there's one out here that comes to the top one, and I promise you, it's just not covered in colors. It offers the most furthest top shape. Young man, everybody's getting one there. He's going to win the class here. I think it gets really close when we go down through here. The one young lady that's going to be two is one that does give up a little bit of, I guess if you want to call it leanness to our class winner, but still offers enough leanness and enough size and still, and it's probably the soundest one that we have out here. I think, he's going to touch set of carpets that is still very, very acceptable for industry standards. She's going to be the young lady right over here in the corner. She's going to be second for the HIX-TV. So the all white one will be number two. Then we got some give and take as we go down through the line here. And I went and found the one that was the most robust, the most spread in terms of that center rib. Still has some production and some muscle to it. Maybe not the soundest thing in the world, probably on the other end of the spectrum to where we decided our second place pig in the class. One that's been able to pack the pounds on and still stay relatively lean, but still offers some thinner body, some muscle. Lady in the second shirt right here with the blue pig, she's going to be third. We continue to go on down through here at top 4 and 5. Young man number 97 tracking away with the blue buddy built there. She doesn't overwhelm us in terms of meat and muscle. I think in terms of carcass yield and leanness, this one logically falls into the 4th spot. And when we look at the others that we have out here, they're doing a good job. They're driving them hard, playing for him and showing off for us. We just need to trim these guys up to stay in the first fight. It's the one I probably like the best in terms of showing us that rib and spread. And I hate to call them heavy structures because they're not. It's certainly one that's still getting around and going to show it having some progress, and then he'll be fired. So let's give these guys a nice big round of applause, and we're going to get on to meeting the champions. Let's go to the champions of the world.
On the pig match heavyweight class 17, third place Brittany, fourth place Pearson Pace, third place Catherine Whitman, second place Juliana Deal, and first place Jacob Elson. Now entering the ring are the first and second place winners from each pig catch class. Pansy Baker, Dylan Cledyke, and Jacob Elson. On deck, we need the champion and reserve market bearer, Brooklyn Cledyke and Brandon Cledyke, and our champion and reserve market Willie Cledyke and Alan Cledyke.
A good group of pigs that we've had to work with here through the Pig Club show, and certainly I think there's two of them that kind of kind of come to the front and surface. And, I think it's a pounds and a size thing for me to put our champion over our reserve. Just in terms of center body, I think our reserve is going to be one that probably has more natural center body than our champion does. But certainly one in terms of pounds and productivity and certainly leanness, the champion does have a distinct advantage. Guys, let's put our hands together for our champion reserve. Young man driving the red will be first. Young lady driving the black will over there, the class one, she's going to be our reserve first.
The reserve champion pig catch goes to Quentin Bigger, and the champion pig catch goes to Danny White. The winner of the ring is the champion of reserve Market Vera, Reverend Judah, our champion Market Vera, Lily Judah, and our champion pig catch, Danny Judah.
let me congratulate these three folks for winning their respective divisions and getting out here in front of us. Wow, I mean, what a trio of pigs. And guys, even, and I hate to be submissive and just dismissing, but, you know, the catch pig is a little bit behind, you know, at least the other two that we have out here, but my goodness. I judged the show here, I think 5, 6 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and the catch pigs did not look like this. At least the champion in the internet. And this guy has done a good job getting this one fitted. And I mean, he would fit in. What did she weigh? He what? 255. Okay, yeah. So I mean, great job in getting out and be able to get in here and compete and doing what you did in the catch pig. But you know, I think our champion definitely comes down to and the reserve will come down to our crossthreads and the ones that drop back in here. That's just no secret. I really like that girl. I mean, she is just absolutely my kind in terms of style and balance and length. And, you know, I'll be the first to tell you, she is not the lightest of the two that are out here. This barrel is so impressive when you get in behind his shoulder blade, and he's super square and round and just robust about that rib cage, and he's cocky, and he's got a really up-headed attitude to him. This is a good bid, and I kind of had to keep the dividends just quit driving them, because I like to see them when they're just pigs. I like to see them when their heads up, jacked up in the air. And I don't think I can go wrong with either way that I go. Great set of a barrel and good out here. And guys, this is subjective. I'm going to go with the one that I like. I really like the power and the mass. Young Lady Farrell will be your world champion. For reserve, we dropped a big goat back in here. I think she was 290 plus, and certainly super attractive in her own right, and really dense and thick stalled. And I don't know how long she's been around, but the young man's done a good job in terms of keeping her together. But, you know, we go back to keeping him together. We go back to the young lady's guilt that we have. And she gives up some power to the boys here, but she's not narrow, she's not flat by any means. And I think she's by far one of the soundest ones that we've seen tonight get out here in the ring and drive. I really appreciate her look, and she's got more than enough for me. She's going to be with reserve.
Your reserve champion overall market hog goes to Lily Zedike, and your grand champion overall market hog goes to Brooklyn Zedike. The overall market hog banner is sponsored by Tamara FFA. The medal award is sponsored by Racing Feeds Swine. The reserve champion banner and reserve win is sponsored by People Friends, and the medal award is sponsored by Racing Feeds Swine.
There we go. Was working on getting to flip the cameras. That's going to wrap up the Swine Show for 2026 here at the Defiance County Fair. Bill Murphy from Hicksville Community Television back with you, wrapping things up from here in the bleachers in the show arena. I do want to apologize. It was kind of frustrating. I know it was frustrating to watch. It was frustrating for us here at the show arena as well. We were having some issues. We weren't sure. We were having interruptions in our internet service that required us to. They had to come and reset the router here. And once we got that taken care of, which was right at about the time they took intermission, after that everything was stable. But I know we had a lot of stops and starts for the showmanship part. I apologize for that. Of course, you can still go back and rewatch them, and you just gonna have to watch them in small parts. And if I get a chance in the next week or so, or at some point, I'll see if I can piece it together, because I was trying to record some of the portions where we weren't live streaming. So maybe I'll see if I can try to edit it together and put together sort of like a Frankenstein version of the whole show that you can watch from beginning to end. But we did manage to get it off, and you'll be able to see all the market animals without interruptions. And like I said, you just had to be patient and just hit it. There's like 5 or 6 parts you'll have to watch for the showmanship portion of the Swine show. With that, we're going to wrap things up. Again, a big thank you to our underwriters making our coverage possible here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. They include, of course, the Fat Pig Restaurant in Hicksville, Ohio. The Fat Pig is open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday from, I believe it's 11 until 8 each day. Weekly lunch specials, weekly dinner specials, and of course, I think they're going to have some fair specials as well. The Fat Pig also has their food truck here on the fairgrounds. They're over by the grandstand, the main grandstand. I'm sorry, it's late. The main grandstand over on the other side of the fairground, and they have great fair specials as well as their regular menu as well, and they will be here every day of the Defiance County Fair. So a big thank you to them for underwriting our coverage. Thanks also to the Hicksville Rotary Club, proud to help support the live broadcasting of all of the agricultural and the animal programs from here at the Defiance County Fairgrounds. The Rotary meets every Tuesday from noon till 1 at the Methodist Church in Hicksville. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can become a member of the Rotary to help support the community through our foundation and our scholarship programs and so forth, just ask any Hicksville Rotary member. They include this year's president, Jim Seiler, myself, Mayor Mike Barth, and so many others. And if you ask any of us, we'll be happy to give you any information you want about becoming a part of the Hicksville Rotary Club. I want to thank them for their underwriting support of our fair broadcast, and of course the Junior Fair Board for underwriting us as well. We want to thank Teresa Johnson and everybody so very much. And again, a big thank you to SMTA for providing the internet service and fixing it when it had a hiccup earlier, and also to Current Office Solutions for providing the printing and the copying services for Junior Fair out here at the fairgrounds as well. And so that is going to wrap things up for this evening. Going to be back at the fairgrounds again tomorrow, but we're going to be over at the big grandstand up in the Caressel Press Box, as we will be bringing you they're going to have the 4-H recognition, and then the Antique Tractor Parade, and then, of course, the Parade of Bands. We'll be there starting, I believe, about 5:45 is when it gets started. The Parade of Antique Tractors is usually about 6 o'clock, 6:15, and the marching bands get underway at 7 o'clock. So we will have that for you again right here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. And then our next livestock show will be on Tuesday morning. I'll be out here bright and early 9 a.m. to bring you the sheep show on the HIX-TV YouTube channel as well. And don't forget, Tuesday night, it's the home opener and the kickoff for our volleyball coverage for this fall, as the Lady Aces will host Swanton, and we'll be on there a little before 5:30 Tuesday night with both the JV and the varsity matches for you, again, on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. So with that, we're going to wrap it up again. Congratulations to all of the champions and the reserve champions crowned here tonight at the Swine Show. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up and pack up, head on out until I talk to you tomorrow, right before the start of the Parade of Bands. Thanks once again for joining me, and have a great night, everybody. Take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you again real soon right here on HIX-TV.